ATL. It's your host, Keesha, and you're watching On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. Now, where we are at the League Tavern, where we have the Power of the Palate bartending competition. Basically what this is we have all the bartenders, best bartenders from all around Atlanta, get to showcase their talents. Now, I'm super excited to get started. I'm super excited to talk to these bartenders and see them in their craft and their art. Let's go taste this liquor and have a good time. Welcome back, Atlanta. It's your host, Keesha, and you're watching On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. Now, this is the third day of Restaurant Week, and we are here at the Bartenders competition. Now, I'm back with Warren. How are you?
Oh, fantastic. Thanks so much for coming back out.
Thank you for having me. Now, I see you're dressed down a little bit, you know, in the cool, collected. I see that. Okay, so tell me, what's going on today? What's happening?
So today is our Power of the Palate Black Bartending competition. So we have some of the top bartenders from around the city of Atlanta. Right now, what you see going on behind us is the People's Choice component of the competition, where all the attendees have an opportunity to taste the pre-made batches of the competitors' cocktails. And in a second, we're actually going to start the competition. We have some amazing judges today. They're actually going to be judging all the different bartenders to see who, in fact, has the best cocktail in the city.
Okay, so tell me, how are the judges qualified to be able to judge?
So we have a really diverse lineup of judges today. We have everyone from chefs, well-known celebrity makeup artists, city influencers, and our head judge, Mr. Mike Jones, is one of the top black bartenders in the country. He's won several national awards as well in terms of bartending. So
that's awesome, awesome. I know a lot of these drinks here were delicious. Which one are your favorite here?
Oh, I can't do that. I can't compromise the integrity of the competition.
Oh, come on.
I like all the drinks. I like
all of them, all of them.
Okay, absolutely.
Right.
That's good stuff. So
that was awesome. Well, I'm glad to be able to speak with you. Once again, tell us how we can reach you outside of here.
Absolutely. So for more information, atlbrw.com. Stay tuned. This is going to be an annual event. Atlanta, thank you so much for y'all's participation and your support. We love y'all.
Thank you so much, Warren. It was nice seeing you again. All right, ATL, we'll be right back. You're watching On the Guest List. Hey, Atlanta, it's your host, Keesha. You're watching On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. Like I said, we're here at the bartending competition, and I'm here with Antonio. Now, Antonio, tell me a little bit about what you got going on here.
Okay, this cocktail was created yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
I call it the Southern Gentleman. It's very simple. I have strawberry balsamic vinaigrette shrub, fresh lemon juice, Bombay Sapphire Gin, and orange bitters. So it's very simple and straight to the point. And it's garnished with some of the shrub on the bottom of the glass. Okay,
so what was your inspiration for this type of drink?
I mean, when I moved to Atlanta, it's just the Southern hospitality, and I work at this place called Puff and Pedals Lounge in Atlanta. It's on Edgewood. It's very whimsical. It really grabs the females. So I try to create things for gentlemen, the Southern gentlemen. I want to start creating cocktails for they can like as well. So.
Okay, so this is more a feminine drink, you're saying?
It's for everyone.
It's for everyone. Okay. So if you can describe what it tastes like, what's the taste, the flavors?
Maybe like a strawberry daiquiri or a cobbler, kind of. I don't know. Because it's sweet and bitter at the same time. It's a well-balanced cocktail. I mean, I can make one for you so you can try it.
Can you please? I think it'll be delicious.
All right, so this is the shrub. Fresh lemon juice. Do the Bombay. Yes.
Now, did you hand make this yourself? These ingredients?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did you make this one here?
Strawberries, sugar, and strawberries and sugar. You just keep muddling and muddling and muddling until it's syrup.
All right.
And then I add the balsamic vinaigrette. I'm gonna give you.
The moment of truth. That is really delicious. Exactly what you said. It's like a strawberry daiquiri, kind of. Oh, wow. Smooth. That is delicious, delicious. Well, Antonio, how can we find you? If somebody want to come out and see you, how can we reach you?
All right, so like I said, I work at Puff and Pedals Lounge on Edgewood. It's 367 Edgewood Avenue. And my Instagram is Harmonic Styles. Harmonic, like music, and then styles, like fashion with a Z. Okay?
Awesome, awesome. All right, on the guest list, this is your host, Keesha, and we'll be right back.
Right, today I have a cocktail made with Southern Gentleman. It's a strawberry shrub, fresh lemon juice, Bombay sapphire gin, and orange bitters. Very simple cocktail. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Welcome back, Atlanta. It's your host, Keesha, and we're watching On the Guest List. Now I'm here with Clifton. Clifton, tell me a little bit about what you have going on here.
Right now we have a play on cognac old fashioned. We're going to be focusing on Douce cognac, fresh squeezed orange juice, Noli Prat Rouge, which is a sweet vermouth, and so we have Douce, we have Noli Prat Rouge, which is a sweet vermouth. I've got a little bit of fresh squeezed orange juice in there, and a house-made peach Malby syrup. Now, Malby is a tree bark that they eat and make tea out of in the Caribbean. Places like Virgin Islands, Haiti, Dominican Republic, you'll find this drink in places like that. The tree also grows in southern Florida. But I'll go ahead and make one for you so you can enjoy one yourself. I'm going to add half an ounce of peach Malby syrup.
Now, does that have any healing effects or anything like that? It just sounds like it's such a...
The bark itself does have a lot of antioxidants in it, and it does give you an energy boost like caffeine would do. So we're going to add half an ounce of house squeezed orange juice.
House squeeze. So you squeeze them all yourself. How many oranges is that?
That's 22 oranges.
Wow. How long did that take you?
It took me this morning, I'd say about an hour.
Okay.
So we got half an ounce of sweet vermouth. And then we're going to do an ounce and a half of Douce cognac. And what we're going to do is muddle a slice of a peach in there. Just for good measure. There you go. Don't need that one. All right.
So
add some bitters, orange and peach bitters, just a dash of each, just to add to the flavor. Now what you're gonna find is the drink starts off sweet, like root beer, but on the back end becomes bitter.
what was your inspiration for the drink?
The inspiration for the drink was this competition. This competition is the Black Bartenders competition. I wanted to do something that had to do with the African diaspora. And I feel like Malby is something that no one has ever heard of before. So I'm happy to introduce it to you.
I sure haven't. I'm excited. I'm excited to give it a try.
What you say?
Nothing. I'm just watching. I don't know if you have anything to say while you're shaking it up.
I usually don't talk while I shake. It doesn't
No, okay. Ooh. All right. It looks delicious. Oh. All right. So what do we have going on here?
This is just a fresh Georgia peach with a little extra fine sugar, kind of like a creme brulee. Enjoy.
Oh, wow, that is beautiful. It just looks beautiful. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is so good. It's like has a thickness to it, too. Exactly how you described. It's sweet and then gets into that bitter. And since I like different flavors, I really appreciate that. That is delicious. And I most definitely will. I'm going to save that right there. It was nice speaking with you, Cliff. Now, if we needed to find you, how do we find you?
You would search for me on North Highland Avenue at Highland Cigar Company.
All right. Well, you are watching On the Guest List, and we'll be right back with some more Bartender.
All right, here we go. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody over there, y'all all right? Y'all paying attention? All All right, my name is Cliff. Welcome to the inaugural Black Bartender competition, sponsored by Bacardi. I work for Highland Cigar Company, so if you're ever on North Highland Avenue and you have the hankering for a smoke, come and see me. Thank you, ladies. I see y'all up there. So what we're going to do today is called One Triple Cross. It is my version of maybe a Caribbean Manhattan. What we have is a little bit of Douce cognac, some royally cracked sweet, fresh squeezed orange juice, and a house-made peach Malby syrup. Malby is a tree bark that they use in the Caribbean to make tea and syrup out of. It's going to give you a root beer sweet start with a little bit of a bitter finish. So I encourage you, as the judges, to go ahead and eat the peach that I'm giving you, because it is good candy. I'm ready to go when you are, Mr. Jones.
Welcome back, Atlanta. It's your host, Keesha, and you're watching On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. And I'm here with Alicia, the Atlanta cheer. Now, Alicia, how are you?
I'm amazing.
That is really good. I'm good. So I know that we have the bartending competition going on. Tell me, what is your involvement in this?
Oh, wow. My involvement has been from the start to the finish. The bartending competition is very near and dear to me. I actually started off as an attendee. And it was so amazing. I said, who put this together? Do you guys need help? Do you need brand ambassadors? So I actually volunteered and did our Houston event. And then they brought me on to be the chair of our this past bartending competition in Houston. And as far as Atlanta goes, I've been kind of wearing many hats, if you will.
Okay, tell me a little bit about each one of your hats.
Well, number one, I was the person responsible for recruiting all the restaurants, all the bartenders, all the caterers, all the chefs, making sure everybody was on the same page with communication, onboarding, pretty much bringing everything together. I've been the go-between person between Houston and Atlanta, so I've been down here about 3 times in the last 2 months.
Okay. How long have you been the chair for this?
Oh, wow. This whole year.
Okay, so this is your first year. So what changes do you think you've made from last year's competition, and what changes do you foresee making in the future?
Very good question. I think the biggest change is being a really selective with the bartenders, you know. I think another change is we've changed the voting criteria a little bit. Everything is going to cover the African diaspora. So that's part of what the judging is about. So we had 4 different criteria here. What is the name, your creativity, the flavor, presentation, and style. So we've made it a little bit more, complex, if you will, based on several different things. Another big change that we did is the very first year, people wanted to know, well, what do the drinks taste like? Why do the judges only get to taste? So we've incorporated the people's choice. So that's what we've had today. So not only do they have to make 6 drinks for the judges, they have to make the batch for everybody to vote on the people's choice.
Yes. Okay, so this is my first time attending the Atlanta bartending competition, and that is a part that I truly do like, is that I get to taste them. So that is, I wouldn't even imagine it how it would be without that. That is great. So that is, we contribute that to you then. Awesome. Okay, so how do you feel that it went this year for you?
Amazing.
Yeah?
I think it exceeded all expectations. It was very, I worked extremely hard, not living in the market and having to kind of be back and forth. But I'm very pleased with everything. I'm really excited and looking forward to having another event next year.
Okay. Now, is there anything else that you're working on aside from this event?
Actually, we're going to take this to the Bay Area. So we're doing Black Restaurant Week in the Bay Area in September.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Awesome. Okay. So how can we reach you? What is your social media? How do we get a hold of you?
My social media is Alicia, that's ALYCIA _Denee, that's DENEE.
Nice. Alicia, it was so great speaking with you. I enjoy the event. I'm glad I'm talking to the person that put it on. I know how it was put together. It was amazing. Thanks for coming. Thank you. I know. We'll do one of those. All right, no problem. All right, ATL, we will be right back. You're watching On the Guest List, and it's your host, Keesha. Welcome back, Atlanta. It's your host, Keesha, and you are watching On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. And I am here with Kiana, bartender here in Atlanta. Hi, how are you?
I'm fabulous. How are you? You look great.
Oh, thank you. So do you.
I be trying. I'm trying,
That's all that matters, see. Okay, so tell me what you got going on here.
So the challenge we had was to use local ingredients. And being a woman from Liberia, I used what was local from where I'm from in Liberia. So I used papaya, and I used sugarcane water, and that was the base for my syrup. I kind of picked the Douce because it's the color of my skin. It's kind of vain. But, the African women, we love our skin, and we love
Amen.
And we celebrate that. So I just wanted to go with a really tropical and herbaceous cocktail that people would love. And it was still a little bit ladylike, even though cognac isn't really looked to as a ladylike cocktail. So, yeah.
Okay. Was that a challenge, trying to make a cognac into being a feminine drink?
That was a challenge for me personally, but our challenge here was to go farm to glass and kind of have African diaspora undertones. So you wanted a cultural experience when you had your cocktail.
If you can describe what it tastes like, how would you say?
It tastes like rainbows and sunshine and unicorns.
Rainbow and sunshine. Okay, all right. So let's see you make it up. Let's see how this is going to come out here.
All right, it's already done. I kind of cheated a little bit, but it's fresh lemon juice. This is the papaya syrup. I muddled that all the way down and used some sugarcane water with that. And this is a little bit simple syrup. And then, of course, the star, which is the douce. I shook it with some basil and just kind of gave it a whirl. And then you're going to get a kiss of perfume.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Going to give you a little perfume, like a lady.
So it smells delicious. Definitely smells delicious. That is really good. That is really good. And you have successfully made a cognac into a very, very nice, soft drink. And yes, it's really good.
I love to make things that you're going to enjoy, and then by the time you finish that,
Yes.
it's happening.
Right, right. So are you nervous about the competition at all?
I'm really nervous because, for one, my protege, Clifton, is down the way. So my mission is not to necessarily win, but I have to beat him. So.
That's all that matters there. Okay, well, it was great speaking with you. Once again, ATL, you're watching On the Guest List, and we'll be right back.
Thank you for taking the time to come out on a Saturday. I know y'all been on dates and doing all these fun things, but y'all here supporting us in the arts and the career that a lot of people think is a hobby. So we really appreciate that. My name is Keesha Duminie. I work at Black Church. Yeah, so they're actually here and talking about something.
Here we go. Y'all ready? Go ahead, time.
Naked, naked. I wanna be the baby, baby, baby. Spin
days of rest. Black 68 jets. Diamonds are nothing when I'm rocking with you. Diamonds are nothing when I'm shining with you. Just keep it wide and back as you find me, sister. I'm too good to up around town here with you. Oh, I get wow, 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 when I'm with you, all I get is wow, wow, when I'm with you, all I get is wow.
Welcome back, Atlanta. It's your host, Keesha, and you're watching On the Guest List, brought to you by streamatl.net. And I am here with the awesome, amazing mixologist. How are you doing?
I'm well, tired.
You're tired? Okay, all right. So tell me, what do you have going on here? What is your part in this?
Well, today is actually a mixology competition. We're given a chance, especially for the Black restaurants and bartenders, to be able to participate. And specifically, we're focusing on the diaspora. So everybody's coming up with different cocktails representing, of course, the Afro-Atlantic cookery or our beverage or whatever else. So, yeah.
Okay. Are you competing at all?
No, I'm actually hosting and one of the judges. So, yeah, I'm laying back.
Okay, you're just laying back. Okay. Do you have anybody that you're rooting for here?
Actually, Max, who's a very talented bartender, up-and-coming bartender. The man's been doing it for only a year, and, I mean, he's amazing. He's doing a good job. Kiata is, of course, the veteran. Me and Kiata have known each other for a few years, and she's been winning. She's been winning a few competitions around in the city, so her name is now popping up. So I'm looking at them going head-to-head for this competition.
Okay. Have you been in any of the competitions in the past?
Yes, I competed in a few. Merlot Cognac, they host a competition, a sidecar. So you have to do a reconstructed sidecar and also an original cocktail using their products. I was the national winner in 2013, and I recently just won out in San Francisco again a few weeks ago. So.
Awesome. So if we wanted to find you, come out to see you, mix up some drinks, how do we find you? How do we reach you?
You can come and see me at the Consulate Atlanta, located at 1010 10th Street, or 1010th Street, right here in Midtown. And you can also follow me at Mike the Mix Logic. And that's it. Come and have a drink, have a good time. We are the #1 restaurant right now in the city. You have to check out what we're doing. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you for stopping to chat with me. All right, ATL. We'll be right back. You're watching On the Guest List. Hello, Atlanta. Welcome back to On the Guest List. It's your host, Keesha, and I am here at the bartending competition here in Atlanta, and I'm talking to Max. Hey, Max, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
That is awesome. Now, I see you have some great stuff going on here. Tell me a little bit about your drink.
So, this is a melanated dream here, and a melanated dream starts with a mango shrub that's been used with a rice vinegar syrup. For a lot of people that aren't really familiar with what a shrub is, it's simply just a mango vinegar syrup. Okay. We have Grey Goose that's been infused with pineapples for about 3-4 days now. Absolutely incredible by itself. Moving on down, we have Grey Goose El Orange, very much staple ingredient here. And then we have Saint Germain elderflower. Moving on down, we have a pineapple hibiscus lychee tea, and we cannot forget the main staple sour of Jamaica and all throughout the whole Caribbean and African diaspora here, the inspiration, which is lime juice. It's so simple, but it's in everything you could possibly find all up and down the African diaspora. Yes?
So I see that your drink is Jamaican inspired. Is that it? Okay. What?
It's both Jamaican and Cuban inspired, because it actually came from a daiquiri, both the daiquiri and the Hemingway daiquiri originally, and where we kind of took a little bit of it, both ingredients there, both original concepts, and then worked our way down and tried to recreate my reconstruction of a daiquiri.
Nice. All right. So I have a question. Where do you find a liquor like this? Where did you create this, or is it?
So Grey Goose is under the Bacardi brand, right? And you can just go out to any of your liquor stores because Grey Goose is a staple across nationwide and internationally. But what I would suggest for people who are trying to figure out how to infuse a vodka of any sort, what I would suggest is take mason jars, clean them out, of course, they're horrible off the muzzle. And then what you'll be doing moving past that is chop up chunks of real pineapple, fill it all the way up, and then over it, pour your vodka, and let it sit for about 3-4 days, preferably a week, if you have that time, and it'll come out better than you've ever imagined.
Right. Are we taking notes, Atlanta? I know I did. All right. So let's get started. Like, are you making the drink or it's already pre-made here? Okay. All right. All right. Let's get it. While you're doing that, Max, where can we find you? Like, where do you?
I am no, please excuse me. No. So I'm located at both BQE on Edgewood. Okay. You'll find us. We are a restaurant and lounge. It's absolutely incredible. We do brunch every Saturday and Sunday. You can also find me at the Consulate, and that's Monday through Saturday there. It's absolutely incredible. The Consulate is a global tapas restaurant of which half of our dinner menu and cocktail menu will rotate every 90 days to a different country. Really? Okay. Whereas the other half of the menu is our residential menu, and that's also globally influenced, with some staples that will remain the same throughout the course of the year, with some slight additives and changes depending upon what really stands out as we rotate around the world to these different countries.
Wow, that really sounds a lot of fun. So you go there, it could be a different country any day.
Exactly, every 90 days. So right now we're in Cuba. We have a few Cuban-inspired cocktails that will absolutely blow your mind.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm excited about that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All right.
While you're here, if I could have you try my cocktail, it would be a pleasure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is what I'm here for.
Wonderful. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, listen, if you have a glass, let's pour you up.
All right.
First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. Everybody is beautiful this evening. Y'all absolutely did the thing. Really shout out to ATL, BRW, Atlanta's Black Restaurant Week. I can't believe that y'all actually brought me out here, man. I'm really proud of you, that's for sure. So just to get started, first of all, I work at this restaurant called The Consulate. It's probably one of the best designed restaurants, if not one of the best bars in the city out here. No offense to anybody else works out here. Because we are run by the famous and fabulous Mr. Michael Jones here as our beverage director. Let me know my mind match that we do over there. Alright guys, so first of all, we're going to get into my cocktail. I just want to tell everybody, welcome to my melanated dream. And that is the name of my cocktail here. Inspired by African diaspora. So we'll work our way down and give y'all a little explanation of what we got going on here with my cocktail. We got a mango shrub here that I use with rice vinegar. Rice is one of the main grains and crucibles out of Western Africa. So you cannot leave that out of what we're doing here. We have Saint Germain elderflower, which you can find this way in any cocktail. I don't care what it is you're doing, that's my secret ingredient, don't tell anybody. Alright, we got a Grey Goose here. And our Grey Goose has been infused with pineapple for about the last 3-4 days now. So bottom line by itself, it's amazing. We just walk in right here. But just stay within that citrus from here, we have our Grey Goose orange. Moving on, we have a pineapple hibiscus lychee tea. But you cannot forget, last but not least, one of my most important ingredients here, which is when the staple sour is all around, all up and down, no matter where you go within the African diaspora, that is orange juice. And a secret touch of our Jamaican dishes. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, y'all, get this going, and we appreciate y'all hearing me out. Some boy don't know this. I'm out there come around like those. On the beach,
Alright, and that's time next. Melanated Dream, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the name.
And a little pineapple with some kick to wake you up. Hello.
That's what I'm talking about. Once again, y'all, let's give it up for Max for his melanated dream. Just coming into that, you understand everybody in the conversation, so.
Welcome back, Atlanta. It's your host, Keesha, and you're watching On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. Now, we are here at the bartending competition here in Atlanta. I'm here with business owner, Mimi. How are you doing, Mimi?
Yes, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Now, Mimi is a judge here. Mimi, tell me a little bit about your businesses that you have. I know that you're a great business owner here in Atlanta.
Yeah, sure. So I am a Midwest transplant, went to Clark Atlanta University, and I own a store called The Glamatory where we do makeup and sell makeup. And then I also have a girl empowerment movement called Grind Pretty. So grindpretty.com just launched, and I'm happy to be at this event.
Okay, so tell me, how did you get involved with this?
Yeah, so one of the creators, actually I grew up with in Kansas City. So she came to me actually when she was spotting out restaurants and things like that. So I kind of maybe had a little bit of influence on some of those places. Okay. But yeah, I love to partake in a little drink here and there. So this is right up my alley. I'm so excited to taste some of the concoctions that are made tonight.
Okay. So have you got to have any sneak peeks or taste any of them yet?
I haven't had a sneak peek yet. So I'm waiting for the grand reveal and to taste it at the bar. So.
Okay, makes sense. Now, tell me a little bit more about your businesses. You said that you have one that is for women empowerment. Tell me a little bit more about that one.
Sure. So Grind Pretty was created to educate, inspire, and be a resource and a connection to other girl bosses, other women on the move, whether you're trying to rise within corporate America or you're trying to create and maintain your own business. So we do exclusive content to help women and educate them in, being on the grind, as well as being able to help stabilize them in all aspects of their lives. Be a boss not only at your employment, but in every aspect of your life.
What inspired you to get that going?
So my journey in being a makeup artist, I've worked on pretty much every show that's been shot out of here, and I teach a lot. And I think that's part of my passion. And when I started teaching makeup, I started teaching about business. And I found that a lot of people didn't understand that, and they had the skills but didn't know how to apply and market and brand themselves. So I saw a need for that, especially within the Black community. So I wanted to give back in that way, so that's why I opened that platform to do so.
I think that is amazing. I mean, I feel like Black females need that. They need to have somebody to look up to and somebody to guide them. So beautiful, awesome thing. Now, how can we reach you? How can we get involved with that?
Sure. So my social for everything, my social media handles are Mimi, M-I-M-I-J, online. And I plug everything else that I do through there. So you can follow Mimi J online. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. Well, I know you're going to have fun with this competition. I'm excited to see who you like back there. It was nice talking with you, Mimi.
Nice meeting you, too. Thank you.
Okay. All right, ATL. We will be right back. You're watching On the Guest List. It's your girl Keesha, and we're back here at the bartending competition. Now I'm here with Chef Jay. Chef Jay is one of the judges here. Hey Chef, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm excited to get these drinks on.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
So what I want to know is how you got involved with this. How are you qualified to be a judge here?
Well, I've been a chef my whole adult life. I've been a chef since I had hair. So just a refined palate, and I'm very in tune with the whole Black Restaurant Week. So we just made it work.
Okay, right, all right, awesome. Have you been bartending? Do you do any? I know there's a difference between bartending and mixology.
Mixology is more of a science to it, and then most chefs are alcoholics. Not me, but most chefs are alcoholics. So we definitely have a refined palate. All right? Okay.
Awesome, awesome. Have you got to taste any of the drinks so far?
Actually, I tasted the first 3, but it's so hot in here that the sweat got into my face, so I had to go sit down. Cut the AC on. Please cut the AC on. So it's so hot in here, I had to go sit down. But so far, it's phenomenal.
Yes, it has been awesome. It's true. It is pretty hot in here. But, okay, so out of those 3 drinks, which ones do you like the most?
A chef never kisses and tells. Well, right now, I think number 1 is really strong. Really strong. I think he may win.
Okay, all right. Can you give us a hint? Just a hint?
Right now, number 1 will win.
Oh, number 1. The number 1 contestant. Okay. What do you like about that drink?
It was blood orange. It was acidity. It was great. Good balance. It was really nice.
I agree. It was definitely delicious. I gave it a taste too. It was great.
Now, how many drinks have you had?
I've had 3 drinks so far. I don't know. What do I look like to you? Am I okay? It might just be the sweat. We don't know. I don't know. Okay.
Hey, thanks for having me here. Live from Sweat Central. This is Chef Jay and
host of On the Guest List, Keesha. Now, wait, Chef Jay, if people wanted to find you, how would we be able to find you? Like social media?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Chef JAAION or chefjayon.com. When you email me and you want to do a catering, don't give me a budget of 100 people when you have $100 budget. Spend money, but that's how you can find me. And also, I'm doing a show on Bravo this fall.
Okay, so nice. What's the show called?
I'll tell you next time you interview me.
Got it. It was nice speaking with you, Chef Jay. All right, ATL, we will be right back. It's your host, Keesha, on the guest list. Welcome back, Atlanta. It's your host, Keesha, and you're watching On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. And I am here with Samantha. She is the manager here at the League Tavern. Samantha, how are you?
I'm doing great, especially now that all these people are here. I'm so excited. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having us. Now, I know that you had a lot of involvement with this event. Tell us how you're involved here.
So we helped it with the choosing of the location, that we helped them see that what floor of ours would be best, because we have 4 floors here. So we helped them even with securing Bacardi, having them involved in the event, making sure that we had all the flavors on hand for the guests, and just telling them, hey, come on out. We're a great restaurant. We're partly owned by an African American. And so for Black Restaurant Week, we knew we had to be one of your spots.
Awesome. That is great. Now, have you had a chance to taste any of the drinks so far?
Yes, I have, and I do believe, I don't want to call it quite yet, but that very first one, I couldn't get it out of my mind.
Really? That is the one that a lot of people are saying is delicious. I just tried it myself. I had to go back and try it. It actually is really good, really, really good.
And I'm really hoping to have more events like this, different groups that come out. Like I said, we have the patio, our secret cigar hookah lounge. Of course, we have this back room as well, and our main floor can hold upwards of about 500 people. So we're looking forward to do more here in Atlanta and be a great event center for you and restaurant. NFL season's coming up.
Nice. So if somebody wanted to come out here, can they rent all the floors at once?
Yes, they can. Yeah, you can have the whole building. Actually, on September 30th, we're having DJ Kid Capri and Greg Street come out and do just that.
Nice. Okay, so can you tell me about each room? What is special about each one? Who would use those rooms?
I would say here for what we call the court and court side, that this room, the huge mega screen made of 9 flat screen TVs is definitely the highlight and the gem for this floor. For our second floor room, it really is that view overlooking the street for Ivan Allen, as well as a great meeting room because it has all those windows, natural light coming in. And then our bookshelf room, or our secret cigar lounge, you have to push literally a bookshelf wall in order to get in there. So everyone loves it for that piece of it. And then when you get in, it's plush couches, it's a huge table. So you can switch it up from dinner and dining to just hanging out with friends, bridal shower, just kicking it with the guys. And then our rooftop is really the gem of it all when you can see the downtown skyline a bit with it. And then as the light begins to set in the evening and hits those walls across at the 12, it just really hits us over at the rooftop bar.
Oh, wow. That sounds beautiful. I can only imagine it. Now, who are I mean, I will. This is actually a place I actually frequent since I've been here in Atlanta. I love this place. It's amazing, and they have great food, great service, beautiful place. Now, who are mainly your clients that come in here? Like, what are some ideas of why somebody would come in here to use this place?
Oh my gosh, it runs the whole gamut from baby shower all the way to even Eric Matthews, who lives across the street, former Super Bowl player for the Packers. He's done his nonprofit events. Actually, upstairs on the rooftop while we were here, we had a group getting toys and items and for Toys for Tots. So yeah, we do quite a bit here. So we reach the nonprofit community as well as the for-profit like Bacardi as well.
That is so cool. So cool. Okay, so if anybody wanted to come out here and rent this place out, come and visit, how do they reach you? How do they reach this place?
Oh, well, that's easy. You can come to our website, which is the League Tavern, Atlanta.com, or you can go ahead and just hit me up at 678-826-9134.
All right, Samantha, thank you so much for speaking with me. And I know we're going to enjoy the rest of this event here, so. All right, well, thank you. Okay, we will be right back. Thank you, ATL. This is On the Guest List, your host, Keesha. Welcome back, ATL. It's your host, Keesha, and you're watching On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. And I am here with one of the bartending competitors, Will. Will, how are you doing?
Good.
That is good. That's good. So tell me a little bit about your drink. I know it obviously was so good because it's gone. It's gone.
The people love it. Love it. So basically, the drink is called Havana Nights. Recently, I took a trip to Cuba for professional research. Basically, I was drinking rum and smoking cigars. We all know Cuba is famous for its rum. It's also famous for its cocktails, mostly being the mojito and the daiquiri. Those are the two big cocktails that were born there. World famous, classic cocktails. Myself, I'm more of a whiskey, bourbon, scotch drinker. I like cigars, that's why I was there, get my nice cohibas going. But in doing that, I needed something that would stand up, be able to hold up to the strength of that cigar. So I went with some Havana Club dark rum. That rum has been aged in whiskey and bourbon barrels, so it'll impart some of that flavor, some of that spice, those wood, all of that essence there. I took a little bit of Benedictine. Benedictine will kind of give it that floral, herbal taste to it, gives it nice balance. Of course, rum is made with sugarcane juice, so I got some sugarcane juice. I cooked a little bit of that down and made some molasses out of that to give it that earthy, rich sweetness. Then I got some tamarind nectar. That's the star of the show. Tamarind is indigenous to Africa, but it's used a lot in Hispanic, West Indian, and Caribbean cooking. So I got that. It's also full of fiber, and someone told me that it's great for cancer. So apparently we're saving lives and making drinks at the same time.
Exactly.
I'm all about that. All about that. We got a little bit of fresh lime juice, and then some Angostura bitters, also from the Caribbean, from the West Indies. So we're just bringing all those flavors together.
Nice.
What I envision, you're sitting, you're in Havana or anywhere tropical. It's a warm, sticky night. We got a nice cocktail. It's refreshing, it's fruity, but it got a little spice to it, some complexity.
Okay. Nice. Now tell me, how long did it take you to come up with this recipe?
I was sitting around playing with stuff for a while. I actually just went to Cuba about 2 weeks ago.
Really? Well, welcome back.
This one's fresh. This is a fresh cocktail. But yeah, I was sitting there, and that's kind of where it was coming to me. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to use the sugarcane juice. I had been to the rum factories there and seeing them make it. I just had to figure out what I wanted that extra flavor to be. So we used the tamarind, and it worked beautifully.
It does, yes. And like you said, you're saving lives at the same time. So I can't think of anything.
Hey, you get lit, get fit.
There you go. Okay, so how do you feel you're going to hold up in this competition?
I think I got this.
Think you got it?
I think I got this. We'll see. I feel confident. What do you think?
I mean, I think so. Your drink is gone. It disappeared. Everybody must have loved it, so I'm rooting for you.
If the judges don't like it, the people loved it.
Exactly. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I can't wait to see how it goes. Oh, no, I do hugs.
Here we go.
All right, ATL. We will be right back. You're watching On the Guest List. I'm your host, Keesha.
I know, man. 90s kid, bro. Proud OG boy. All right, Max, I need you up here to get ready, brother. There we go. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and introduce yourself. You ready to go here? As you get those chill, whatever. Oh, he said he got ice cubes too, yeah. He said he packed ice cubes as well. All right, ready, bro? It's hot, I know.
Boy, it's hot. Ice water for everybody. Big cocktails. All right, so I'm Will Streetwell. What, ATL? It's Saturday night. What's good? All right, let's go. So, my drink is called Havana Nights. Recently, I took a little trip out to Cuba. Did some professional research, studying rum, nice cigars, hot weather that we got in here tonight. While I was there, of course, you know, rum is indigenous to Cuba. That's their thing, that's their baby. Some of their cocktails, mojito, daiquiri, we all know those are light rum, nice, light, fruity cocktails. Myself, smoking cigars. I'm a Scotch drinker, I'm a bourbon guy. So I need something a little bit darker. There we go. So I had to go with a little bit of that club, some of that aged rum. Sitting in those whiskey barrels, getting some of that flavor, that spice, that smoke, that wood, bringing all of that in there. I got a little bit of Benedictine. I love this stuff. It's like perfume for cocktails. It's beautiful. We got a little bit of sugarcane juice. That's how we make the rum. So we're just going to bring all the elements of the rum back into it. Put some of the sugarcane down into some molasses. We got some tamarind nectar. We all make tamarind indigenous to Africa. They use that in a lot of Hispanic, Indian cooking. Got some bitters from West India, Angostura bitters. That has that tamarind flavor in there along with that bitter roots, some cinnamon, some clove. So we're going to bring all of these things together. All right? So what I want you to do, we're going to take this cocktail and envision yourself. It's a hot, sticky night in Havana. You're with a beautiful lady or handsome man, whatever you do. You know, it's hot. You want a drink, you got your cigar. You need something to hold up to it. Havana Nights.
Shine.
Welcome back, ATL. It's your host, Keesha, and you're watching On the Guest List, brought to you by StreamATL.net. I'm here with one of the bartending competitors. Her name is London. London, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Very nervous. My very first competition.
Is it? Oh, you're nervous? Why are you nervous?
I mean, you never know what to expect, you know.
I see you're mixing up everything here. Tell me a little bit about your drink.
Well, my drink is called Glory Island. It's the island in Senegal based on the slaves in the Atlantic slave trade. So everything here is fresh, down to the ginger beer. It's a gin-based liquor, elderflower, and then I have peppermint leaves. So technically everything is like mixed together. When you put the mango in there, you pour it together, everything mixed up together.
What is your inspiration for this drink?
My father is from Gambia, and his name is Glory. So I was like, what does Glory mean? He was like, oh, he told me, so really it's aka the door of no return. Yeah. So it was kind of like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So it made me be inspired because it's based off African American culture here, and I want to bring something deal with culture. So everything is fresh. My mint leaves, my mango puree, everything is basically from scratch.
I think that's what I meant when I was smelling here. I'm like, it just smells fresh and like light. It sounds like it's going to be an amazing drink. Now, if you could describe what it tastes like, how would you describe it?
Very refreshing, delicate, delightful.
All right. Okay, good descriptive words there. So this is your first competition. How did you get involved? How did you get here?
I decided to get out of my comfort zone and just try something different because I'm so used to just being stuck. So once you be stuck, you don't really grow. So I decided to get out of my comfort zone. So I saw it online on Instagram, and I was like, let's try this. And I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're going to rock with it anyway. So it's a really good experience, and like it's different. Yeah. So it's kind of like uplifting and make me, further myself.
Okay. Why do you feel it's uplifting?
It uplifts the black community because you really don't see this like this. So it's something different for me because where I was, it wasn't really uplifting. So it was like for us, everybody come together and encourage each other. Like everybody, all the competitors, like, you're doing great, it smells great, it smells good. So it's very...
That's really good to hear. That's kind of how I feel about it too. So how do you feel you're going to do in the competition? How do you predict it?
I feel like I'm going to do good. Okay. I'm just praying and hoping.
Oh, come on, you guys sound more confident than that. Let me hear it again. How do you feel you're going to do in this competition?
Great. I'm going to do amazing.
There you go, 100%. Okay, London, it was really nice talking to you. You're going to have to make me one of these drinks, though. So, oh, is this for me? Oh, all right. Let me give it a taste. You see that? Isn't that pretty? And it is just as it smells. It smells great. It tastes great, and it's pretty. Like only a female would know how to make a drink this pretty. London, it was nice talking with you. Good luck. Thank you. All right, ATL, we'll be right back. You're watching On the Guest List. I'm your host, Keesha.
I'm London, and I work at a place called Myself. Today, I'll be making, it's called Glory's Island. It's based off the items made from the Senegal and from silk trade.
Sorry, London. You got it. You good. All right, come on.
Everything is fresh. All the way down to my mango puree, to the ginger beer, to the mint leaves, peppermint mint leaves, limes, and cucumbers. I'm using elderflower and Bombay sapphire. Good, homemade. Everybody else made. So, you ready? Yeah. 1, 2, woo!
Alright. And starting your time now.
African baby. Good morning to my child, I think you might see me. Whatever you're thinking, see what I'm feeling. I'm never still body. I'm starting inside. I'm starting body. Now with me, they want to dance to you. Are you gonna dance to? If I show you my money, are you gonna dance to? If I show you the way, are you gonna dance to? If I show you my pockets, are you gonna dance to? If I show you my wallet, I will show you the money. Baby, that's funny. Baby, that's funny. Baby, give me all your love. Give me money more. I'm gonna take your love for granted. Baby, fire, baby, gonna just go. Like my master, so baby, just go. Morning to my child, I'm feeling my skin. I'm whatever you're feeling. See what I'm feeling. I'm just to buy. I'm starting inside. I'm starting to buy. Now with the music, they want to dance. Are you gonna dance to? If I show you my money, are you gonna dance to? If I show you the way, are you gonna dance to? If I show you my pockets, are you gonna dance to? If I show you my wallet, I will show you the money. Baby, that's funny. Baby, it's funny. Don't go funny. I'll show you the money. Baby, that's funny. Show me your body. Don't go funny.
Big shot up, ooh, right there, we go, yo, nana, ooh, got the streets for like papa, if we're running the gap, then make it pussy with them, yeah, we're gonna be cool, and they make it go drop it up, yeah, give it a tap, and they make it go drop it up, girl, back me down, we laid in that crack, go ahead, lift it up, got my head on the butt, oh, girl, you cool, and they too high, don't you rock, too shy, love me, just make me high, yeah, baby, yeah, shit it, we got a lot of freaks going crazy, she gon' really have to show me, she gon' write it, if I show you my pocket, are you gonna dance to me? If I show you my money, are you gonna dance to me? If I show you the way, are you gonna dance to me? If I show you my pockets, are you gonna dance to me? If I show you my wallet, I will show you the money. Baby, that's for me. Baby, move for me. Don't go for me. I will show you the money. Baby, that's for me. Show me your body. Don't go for me. Show me the money. Baby, that's for me. Baby, move for me. Don't go for me. Show me the money. Baby, that's for me. Show me your body. Don't go for me.
In third place was Station 3. Station 3, I believe that was Antonio. Everybody give that a second place was Station 6. I believe that was Mr. Will Sprewell. And the 2017 Palate People's Choice winner is Mr. Max. Tallying up the votes right now. Mr. Mike Johnson is tallying up the votes. So, with that, Mr. Johnson, can you give us a line?
I always love this part of the competition.
Oh my God.
And I always hated so many competitions I've done where I would either come in second or win the People's Choice and be robbed by a point. Yes, I'm talking about Bombay Sapphire. Most imaginative, but I don't care. want to thank Warren for what he do. I can't thank him enough for doing this as well. Definitely. Bacardi USA, let's give it a hand. Give him a hand. You know, you just found it means a lot when you have a brand that supports us. If y'all hear what I'm saying, I think it's enough of us in here to cover. But that means a lot. I know what it is, Warren, when it comes to that. We appreciate you, Bacardi USA. I guess now we announce the winners. So let's do the runner-up.
It's a little different, we know what y'all bartenders like. We know y'all like tips. So there is a cash prize that is going to be given out to the winner. $300 cash prize goes to the winner. So we may not have a fancy flag or anything like that. We do have some green bags. So with that, okay. We like those. Okay, well accepted.
All right. Well, I know there's no runner-up, but I always think it's good to know who's second. Will, if you could step forward, sir. It was close.
Can we get a recount?
And you were there. Yes, recount. Unless my math is off. But either way, I'll round it. So Alright, but everybody, the winner of the 2017, what is this?
Power of the palate.
Power of the palate.
It's called Power of the Palate. I hate the fact that this person wins because I'll never, will ever be finished hearing this probably for a week or a month. Mr. Max Elliott. Very close. Celebration music. Can we get some like corny 80s?